All right, y'all. Y'all know what I do. No time to waste.
Yeah, real quick at this time, I'm going to ask you for your name and date of birth.
Hey, Juju, shut the door, man. Julian, yeah. Shut the door. Cool.
Sure, and
this has to be a lawful detainment.
I do want to explain to you that if you refuse or give me a false or fictitious name, it's going to be a crime.
Welcome back, folks. It's always good to see you here. Today, we've got a perfect example of what happens when an educated citizen stands his ground. A cop tried to demand ID without lawful cause, but this guy wasn't having it. Calm, confident, and legally sharp, he dismissed every
Do our due diligence in the comment section, y'all. Because we want to make sure everybody on point here, and they ain't just making a video to shit on officers. Alright? We also want to make sure officers doing their job correctly. Get in the comments, show me, prove it. First Amendment is what it says in the video, but show me where it says that an officer can't ask you for your ID. I thought they could, but I mean, I could be wrong.
lawful order owned the entire encounter and reminded the officer exactly what the Constitution says. It's not every day you see the script flipped like this, but when it is, it's beautiful.
What I'm going to need, though, and I'm going to explain to you that it's against the law of real ID, I'm going to need your information, sir.
What's that?
I said real quick, I'm going to need your information. I'm going to need some kind of name, date of birth.
And I'm being detained for?
Yes. I'm being detained for suspicious activity.
That's not a crime, sir.
Okay, yes, it's not a crime, but it's our job to determine if there's a crime or not.
You have to have reasonable suspicion. You have to be reasonable, articulable suspicion.
That part is true. They gotta have reasonable suspicion, so he tripping right now.
A crime has been committed.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting for that crime.
School, let me ask you this.
I'm still waiting for the crime.
Did you not know that I have that authority to detain?
You can detain me, yes you can, yes.
Thank you, and you're being detained. Here's the deal, boss.
I'm going to wait because you completely falsified that. And I really hope you put that in your report because that's going to be a felony.
Yeah, real quick, this time I'm going to have to ask you for your name and date of birth, sir. And
this has to be a lawful detainment.
I do want to explain to you that if you refuse or give me a false or fictitious name, it's going to be a crime.
Like I said, you have to have reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed, and you do not have that. Okay.
At this point in time, can you tell me your name and date of birth?
Like I said, you should be familiar with Texas Penal Code 3802, and under that,
he said Texas Penal Code 3822. Research that, y'all.
Going to abide by that, which means I do not have to identify because you have not lawfully detained me. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just telling you how it is, and if you're gonna make up that story, I have to document it. Okay. So if you're gonna say I gave that lady a hard time, are you really gonna stick with that, sir?
She didn't give her a hard time. I didn't say nothing. I'm telling you, I'm regurgitating what she said, sir. That's my job.
For those of you wondering what I'm doing, I'm like researching it as it goes. So
sure.
I'm putting in my shirt.
I hope you go in there and ask her again.
Okay, I don't have to. I just sent in there. It's all good to report it. I understand we have cameras too. We have microphones.
He nervous because dude know his stuff.
Out here doing anything wrong.
Yeah. And like
I just went in there to figure out what it takes.
I'm gonna have to ask you your name, and then, like I said, after that, we're gonna basically have to take a step further.
A few moments later.
And here's why I owe you an apology. You're right. You don't have to identify yourself. If you're a suspect in a crime, then yeah.
I understand. I didn't hear what you said.
I said, here's why I owe you the apology. You're right. You don't have to get. You can refuse to give me your name. It's not failed ID unless you committed a crime.
Oh, so he admitted he was right. I was trying to research it. Yeah, he just admitted he was right. So never mind.
How long you been an officer?
25 years.
25 years, and you make that mistake?
I wish I walked on water. I'm not perfect. I don't think you are either, are you?
Hey, that's one-on-one right there.
Amen, buddy. God loves me, though. That's the good news. Have a great day, sir. You released.
Now this next video, you're about to witness a man stand up for himself against a cop who tried pulling him over for absolutely nothing. No crime, no traffic violation, just a so-called well-being check. But this guy wasn't confused or intimidated. He knew exactly what was happening and he called it out on the spot. He demanded a supervisor, held firm on his rights, and made it clear you don't get to detain people just because you feel like it.
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm on cell phone with the Deland Police Department. What'd you pull me over for? For a well-being check. That's all it is. I saw that once I got behind you, you keep turning off and then... A well-being check, huh? Yeah, I'm trying to make sure you're okay. You keep pulling off the road and coming back on the road and stuff, so I'm trying to see if you're having a medical emergency or anything like that, that's all.
You're pulling me over. You're stopping me from what I'm doing. Because you're concerned? Because... Yes. Did I commit a crime?
No.
I said I'm just doing a well-being check on you.
Did I commit a traffic infraction?
No, I'm just doing a well-being check.
Is this what is your name?
Officer Alfonso with the Tyrant Police Department.
Who's the other officer?
What is it?
Who's the other officer?
Officer Amen. He's right over there. Just doing a well-being check on you, man.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
And they make up shit with each other. Yo, well-being check on you. Ain't no such thing as a well-being check. You can't do that shit. Well, there might be. Like, I don't like being wrong in these kind of scenarios.
Do you have a supervisor on duty?
I can get a supervisor.
I'd like a supervisor over here. Is this something that you guys typically engage in?
What is it?
Is this something that you guys typically engage in?
We conduct well-being checks all the time whenever a car, if we see that a car is doing some type of maneuvers or anything like that.
What maneuver was it that
You said that you kept pulling off and on onto the road and all.
How many times did I pull off the road?
It was a total of 2 times that you did that, so I was trying to check that.
That's another reason why a cop's job probably ain't that long, because like most of them probably don't even. You got to know so much in the law, and it's like you may miss something being a cop, but if you got your P's and Q's together as a citizen, you got it. But you got to remember all this stuff, and it's like that could be probably why they like the job goes over too much too. It also being stressful.
So I was trying to
Turnover rate is so
the
high.
second time, the traffic stop?
No, the second time was when you pulled off into the Stetson field.
When was the first time?
The first time, it was by the potato patch, if you know where that is. That's right down there by the Dixie Lodge. I don't know if you're from the area.
Really?
But
Is that on video?
it is actually. My dash cam records up to a minute before anything happens.
Anything happened, so when did you start recording?
8, and then before
The lights turned on? So I was in that Stetson lot for more than a minute.
I was just doing a well-being check. The supervisor's coming. Okay, he's gonna.
Well, I mean, you're the one that pulled me over. You've got me.
But you requested a supervisor.
Because you've got me over here on the side of the road.
Yeah, for a well-being check. That's what it was. Yeah, it's-
So how long do you need to conduct your well-being check?
This was it, but you called the supervisor, so I'm just waiting.
Because you're illegally detaining me on the side of the road, sir.
I'm just doing a well-being check. I never said you being detained.
Sir, I'm not detained. There's lights on behind me. You pulled me over to the side of the road. How am I supposed to believe that I'm not being detained?
Like I said, my supervisor's on his way. We'll go ahead and talk to my
He'd have been black. He'd have been offed
supervisor. You would have been.
while doing a well-being stop.
Where you go now? Because I see that you're doing perfectly fine. I called for my supervisor. That's why.
I'm concerned that you're pulling people over for not doing anything wrong. I'm concerned that you're detaining people on the side of the road for no good reason.
Well, I'm just doing a well-being check on you.
I'm not real concerned about your well-being checking me. You're pulling citizens over on the side of the road for their well-being. Is that what I'm to understand? You can do that, huh? What kind of medical issue would somebody have pulling over on the side of the road?
Like I said, you pulled over more than once. I was trying to make sure you were okay.
I don't like to be followed by police.
Okay. It's a public roadway. You're allowed to follow you if I wanted to.
Yep. And I guess you're allowed to illegally detain me too, huh?
I never said you were detained. I said you
Sir,
were doing a well-being check.
I'm not detained. I'm not detained. What do those lights mean? Okay. When an officer pulls behind you, you see what's going on here? I got pulled over for a well-being check. They want to check my well-being.
How's it going, man?
How do you think it's going? Is it Sergeant still, Sergeant Salmon?
It is.
Why are your officers pulling people over for no crime?
Okay, so he was conducting a well-being check on you. You were
Come on, man.
some concerning
Concerning behaviors,
Yeah.
like pulling to the side of the road safely in a safe manner,
Okay. He said you
not
did so several.
not violating any
Research that. Can they do that? They might be able to do that.
traffic infraction. You have me detained on the side of the road, and you don't want to listen to me.
Wow, that was
Right
corrupt.
there is how you hold your ground. No yelling, no violence, just knowing your rights and refusing to be pushed around. This guy stood tall, stayed calm, and reminded those officers that badges don't come with unlimited power. If
Man.
more people handled interactions like this, we'd see a lot less unlawful stops and a lot more accountability. Remember, knowing your rights is only half the battle. Exercising them respectfully but firmly is what really makes the difference. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe
Yeah, that was valuable. Man, a well-being stop. I want to look that up real quick, but I don't know. Well-being stop. Maybe they can do it, maybe they can't. Y'all tell me in the comment section. All right, y'all. Peace.